So one whole week has gone by and I've been switching between the Ultra 2nd generation with the Series 9, and in this video I'm going to go ahead and give you an in-depth review, share with you my feedback and this video comparison between the Series 9 and the Ultra 2 to help you on deciding which Apple Watch really is the best one for you and your lifestyle. Let's begin. So I do have timestamps as everything we'll be talking about in the description down below, so if you like to switch between different segments, feel free to do so. But we're starting off with the design. The design between these two Apple Watches are totally different. Not only is the display much larger on the Ultra 2, it's also 1000 nits brighter. Meanwhile, the Series 9 is available in two size choices to choose from, and the one you see here is the large 45mm. And when using a tape measure, you can see how it fits on my wrist with both the Ultra as well as the Series 9. Now there is a smaller choice option to choose from as well, and that is the smaller 41mm. Unfortunately, I don't have one on hand, but you can reference this video right over there where I compare the two different sizes after this video. But the beauty with the Ultra 2 is its titanium body. It's super durable and built tough that you could expose it to a bunch of rough terrains. I took mine to the beach before, and the digital crown guard really was helpful in preventing me from damaging it, especially when it's exposed to the sand. As a mistake I made in the past where I took my Series 7 to the beach and the digital crown was covered in sand. Even when I cleaned it up with water and used those aerosol air cans, it wasn't enough. There was still sand stuck in there, and then when I used the digital crown, you could like feel it. It took about 5 months for it to fully clear up. So if you find yourself in just those type of harsh environments, the Ultra 2 would be my best choice. But if you take off your smartwatch when you go into those harsh elements, you'll be perfectly fine with the Series 9. Because the Series 9 gives you more color choices to choose from, and there's two different bodies you can select from. The one we have here is the Sport Aluminum body, and this is the Midnight, but it also comes available in Pink, Starlight, and Product Red. And then if you go with the stainless steel version, it will increase the price, but you have these amazing stainless steel bodies to also choose from. Meanwhile, the Ultra 2nd generation continues to look identical to the first generation, but it does feature that digital crown guard as I was telling you earlier. Honestly, the natural titanium look really does look stunning, especially when you combo it with a nice leather band. But when it comes to overall durability, the Ultra body structure is much more durable than the Series Apple Watch ever can be, because here is a side-by-side comparison of my Ultra going through the harshest elements with me, including snowboarding, and the Series 7 I have next to it. It's 2 years old, but it's made out of the same aluminum body as the Series 9, and there's a couple marks and scratch marks here and there, scratches on the body, but nothing too terrible. So if you're a responsible user or you put on an external case on your Series 9 Apple Watch, it will definitely last and prevent any like damages from occurring. But you just have to purchase the case separately. But the Ultra only has a couple scratch marks here and there, and I never put a case or a screen protector on it. I did have a case at one point, but I decided taking it off because it was privacy one, and to make videos on YouTube, that's made it difficult to view on camera. But all the accessories you had on the previous generation Apple Watches should be compatible on the Series 9 as well as the Ultra 2, as there was literally no body change between the first generation and second generation of the Apple Watch Ultra. Now when it comes to band choices, if you're buying brand new, you do have this new loop band available for the Series 9, which is the one I have right here. This one is the Nike edition, and it's pretty nice. Meanwhile, with the Ultra 2nd generation, you have more color choices to choose from, but you still have the standard 3 bands like the Ocean, and the one you see here is the Alpine loop in that new blue color, but there is also the Trail loop too, featuring new colors as well. But both Apple Watches feature the double tap gesture, which still is not available, which is a kind of annoying launch. But Apple said this software update will be coming out in the near future, so we finally have the double tap gesture, which is different than the Active Assist Touch, in case you're curious. But when it comes to exclusive hardwares, this is where the two things are different, as the Series 9 for the first time ever can actually reach a max nit brightness up to 2000 nits, and in my experience 2000 nits it's plenty enough. Anything more is kind of overkill, and that I can confirm because the Ultra 2 can actually meet a max peak brightness up to 3000 nits. And to me, this is actually a little bit too bright, but the only benefits of this additional 1000 nit of brightness is the capability to actually utilize your Apple Watch as a flashlight. Because when you have it in flashlight mode and you don't have an iPhone nearby to utilize its flashlight, this definitely does shine and comes in handy. But realistically, under direct sunlight, most of these two Apple Watches are perfectly fine, and they still feature the always on display. Now when it comes to overall thickness, of course the Ultra 2 is the thickest of the two. The Series 9 continues to have the same body structure design as the Series 7. So it's super small and nimble, and it's smooth like a smooth stone, which prevents you from damaging other devices. Meanwhile, with the Ultra 2, it does have sharp edges, so you have to be careful around vehicles, especially because I've seen people actually scratch their own car with this. Never happened to me, I've been careful, but I'm just giving you a heads up, it is possible to damage other devices with this watch. But with the smooth stone design found on the Series 9, I find it more easier to actually sleep with. So if you're somebody who's using the Apple Watch to track your sleep, the Series 9 Apple Watch is much better to use in bed compared to this cinder block almost like design. But overall, software features, both have compass tracking capability, both support the topograph ability, both support offline Apple Maps, both have 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which in my opinion, that is a lot. My 32 gigabytes Apple Watches, I never once had an issue where I ran out of storage. I always had 20 gigs or more. And both feature the new U2 chip, which allows you to backtrack and track your iPhone in case you misplace it. It only works if you're using the iPhone 15 or newer iPhones, but this feature is available on both of them, as well as emergency SOS for fall detection, as well as crash detection is on both of these two Apple Watches. But where the Apple Watch Ultra does outperform the Series 9 is microphone quality, as the Ultra has more microphones than the microphones are available on the Series 9, and this utilizes noise blockage as well, so it will actually try to eliminate the background noise. So if you need to pick up a call in a harsh environment like a snowy situation, how Apple features it in their trailer, even in windy environment, I find it that callers could always understand me clear on the Apple Watch Ultra 2 versus the Series 9. And in terms of speaker quality, speakers are much louder on the Ultra 2 than the Series 9. Here's a little sound clip in case you're curious. This is the voice memo app on the Apple Watch Ultra, with microphone quality set at max. This should give you a similar experience what you expect to hear out of a phone call, like in a good reception area like Wi-Fi calling and etc. Even FaceTime calling, as well as receiving your FaceTime voice mails as well. And let's go ahead and move on to the Series 9. Here is the Series 9 microphone quality, as well as the audio quality that the speakers can deliver when you're picking up basically when you're picking up a call with your Apple Watch. So yes, we are using the voice memo app, but again, should give you a similar experience, a general understanding how it sounds like and how the microphone sounds like at max, with the speaker set at max, I mean. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think. Now both do have emergency SOS, as I previously stated, but it's only the Ultra 2 that actually does have a high decibel level siren. So if you're stranded somewhere like in the woods or something like that, you can always toggle your siren to allow others, rescue people, to locate you quicker. The Series 9 does not feature this. And another feature that's exclusive to the Ultra 2 is the action button, which allows you to basically program this to do anything because it does support Siri shortcut. Some people program it to unlock their front door, their vehicle, or launch third-party apps to take notes. You have the full freedom to reprogram this action button to do anything you like, thanks to Siri shortcut. The Series 9 does not have this capability. And another exclusive feature is the battery life. The Ultra 2 was easily able to last me longer than 3 days under a single charge. Meanwhile, the Series 9, it did also receive an impressive battery boost, as it does come close to almost 2 days, especially after my battery life drain test video. In case you missed it, you can go watch it right there. But I compared these Apple Watches with every other generation Apple Watch, and in first place was indeed the Ultra 2, going over a day and a half almost with the display on 24/7. And in second place was actually the Series 9, lasting a full 17 hours with the display on. Now realistically, you're not going to have the display on your Apple Watch at all time. So even though it lasted 17 hours with the display on at all times, realistically, again, this comes close to 2 days. Now what comes standard on the Apple Watch? The Ultra 2 comes standard with LTE. Meanwhile, the Series 9, you need to buy cellular separately. In my opinion, cellular is not necessary. It's more expensive actually. You have to pay the one-time activation fee, and then you have to add additional $10 a month to your cellular bill. And I always find myself with my iPhone, so never once I really needed cellular on my Apple Watch. I have experimented with it. So even though I have an Ultra 2 that has LTE capability, you don't have to activate it. I don't have it activated, nor do I ever had to. So having the option of LTE or no LTE to save some money can be a good selling point why you may want to consider going with the Series 9. So price comparison. The Ultra 2 starts at $7 $799, basically $800, and that's it. You don't have to pay anything more. Meanwhile, the Series 9 comes available in 2 size choices, and the starting price for the smaller size with no LT and aluminum body is $399. That's half of the cost of the Ultra 2. And then if you get the larger screen size, like the one we have here, the 45, it's $430. Still nowhere near close as expensive as the Ultra 2. And to most users, the Series 9 is all that everybody will need, as it still has the capability to answer calls, download third-party apps, install your playlist, podcast, track your outdoor runs since they have built-in GPS, connect to your iPhone at all times, has built-in Wi-Fi, so if you forget your iPhone behind, you can connect your Apple Watch to Wi-Fi and connect to your iPhone via the cloud, as well as you take full advantage of watchOS 10. But if you are an adventurous, you don't have to be a hardcore adventurer like Apple advertised it to. Even though the water resistant rating is indeed increased compared to the old Series 9, the Series 9 you can still go swimming with it casually. But if you're an extreme scuba diver, maybe the Ultra is a good choice, but even scuba divers would hold off on this because there's other devices that could go even deeper. So what I'm saying is, for everyday purposes, Series 9 is more than capable. But if you're a goofball like me who just loves to throw himself in the harshest environment, every once in a while snowboarding, casually going through the sand without removing your Apple Watch, going off-roading, playing sports, and not afraid of smacking your Apple Watch against trees, rocks, or stuff like that, or even casually at the gym, if you have an experience of cracking your display on your Apple Watch, I would recommend going with the Ultra 2 just for that durability. Think of it like adding an Apple Care without having to pay for that Apple Care, like physically own it on your device. Kind of like that. Hopefully that helps. And then although you could increase the text size on both of these two watches, regardless, you're able to fit more text on the Ultra 42mm size. So if you have a hard time of seeing things like text and stuff, the larger 42-inch display definitely does help a lot. So if you don't mind the extra size and bulk, the Ultra 2 is clearly the ultimate Apple Watch, especially since it can easily make it 2 days or more without charging it. So battery life is also your concern, the Ultra 2, of course. So with everything I shared today with you guys, which one of these two Apple Watches did you decide on picking? Feel free to comment down below to also help others in the comments section help make up their minds. But again, the reason why I prefer the Ultra 2 over the Series 9 is, again, I prefer not having to worry about being low on batteries. I like the larger display, and I could be careless while wearing my Apple Watch without the fear of me damaging it. Those are the 3 major selling points for me. Again, to witness how good the battery life is on this Ultra 2 comparing it against the Series 9, check out this video right over there. Thanks so much for watching.